Alright, so today we are doing an awesome overdrive shootout. So I'm super excited about this. These are 4 different brands. I have the Maxon OD808, the Ibanez Tube Screamer Ts9, the Boss Blues Driver BD2, and the brand new Precision Drive by Horizon Devices. And you're going to tell me which one you think is best, and we're going to do just a back-to-back with the same exact track, and I'm going to be flipping through them. You will see I am going through a 6505 Plus Mesa stiletto cabinet with a vintage 30 and SM57. Let's go! Also, before I go, I wanted to bring up I am selling my pick necklaces with limited edition bullets. These are real bullet shells. And I'm really excited about this because I had to drill all of these, and then we also had to shoot these. And this is the limited edition version of, rather than just a boring pick necklace, you get an individual bullet shell, which is very cool. And each one's different, so you never know which one you're gonna get. They're all at least a good 2 inches, and that is what helps my band and the YouTube as well. So if you could pick that up, that'd be awesome. Let's start this video. Alright, so comment below, tell me which one you thought was the best. I really actually want to know what you guys think, because this was a very hard test for me. These 4 distortions to me are some of the best like rhythmic overdrives to boost your amp without making your amp sound worse. Of course, these are my settings on my amp, so you guys have a great idea, or a great idea, maybe a good idea if these were why my amp sounded like. You have the drive was actually on 4, and bass was low, mids were a little bit higher this time, and then highs, and then your resonance and presonance was on 6, and those were my settings. So hopefully that has helped you decide on, you know, do I need to boost my amp? I like doing this because I do believe if it's done right, it can make the amp sound a little bit better, maybe. To talk about this new precision drive, what are my thoughts on this one? This one is a great pedal, and it's a very new style, and it's just totally different. It's the most, I would say, versatile out of all of these, because they have a wider spectrum. If you can see, my volume was right here, and all the other ones were almost maxed out, because that's all they had in the pedal. So this one definitely does have a lot more gain, a lot more brightness. It has this attack knob, which honestly, that's where I think this pedal flaws. I hate the attack knob. I think it's trash. It just sounds like modern compressed guitars with no life in them. Sorry, I just don't like it. That's just me with my heavy guitarist opinion. It just sounds very modern and very gent. I hate saying that. Anyways, this pedal is good though if you know how to use it and you don't overkill it. It does have a noise gate on it, which I turned it all the way off so it wouldn't be changing anything in between, so then you can still hear it kind of as similar. But these were the settings that were most similar to all the others, and it does have a kind of a bright spike to it, spike sound, and it's good. I like it, but it is also $200, and that's not on my book. That's not my pedal, by the way. That's my friend's, and he's awesome for letting me use it. But anyways, so on to these babies. Everyone has commented on many other forums, what's the difference between an Ibanez Tube Screamer and a Maxon Overdrive? I really don't know. They sound so similar. They're both like that green. Somebody can comment below like the true facts, but I can tell you this tends to have, at least in the room, I have not heard these files yet, it has more beefiness to it, a little bit more beefiness, and this is tighter. They both have this kind of mid-range that is added on when they're turned on, but that's not bad at all. But yeah, these pedals are some of my favorite of like overdrives. Yet they make a very big difference in tone with just a little bit. It's more so recording like in a studio that actually makes the difference. It gives it this more aggressive feeling through the mix and the tone, and without over distorting it. That's why you turn the drives all the way off and the volume all the way up, but the volume is not a lot. So these pedals are really old and really old designed, so they're not like super crazy. It is kind of weird because you're paying $100 for like such a little difference, but if you start playing cleans and you use these are very cool to use. Steve Ray Vaughan, he used the Ibanez Tube Screamer, and I love that tone. So these are very useful pedals, but they are not your typical like I'm gonna hit this. It's not a distortion, it's a slight overdrive, and they're great. I love them. Now, as far as differences that I noticed, like I said, this one has more low end, and they both have that kind of mids added to them. It's kind of like a magical thing that they just add, but I don't understand why this one's like 150 and this is 100. Maybe it's the design. This one weighs more, and this one has that weird Ibanez kind of button. But honestly, out of these two, I'm gonna have to go with the Ibanez to Ts9, because why would you pay $50 more when I just don't think it's better? I think this one was all hype. I do like this one a lot, but like if I was blind and I couldn't like see which one it was, and this one I know is more expensive, so the hype, I would probably like this one more. So, but we're gonna use them in the studio pretty soon, and we're gonna hear the difference for themselves. And this is a pedal that is just kind of like my new favorite thing. I found this out. I bought one because I just wanted a cool blues sound, but I also like looked into it, and when people had the gain cranked down and the volume up, I was like, this sounds very similar to the overdrives that I know as far as tube screamers, and I was very interested to use this. And this right now is my favorite. I don't know if I will be using it in the studio, but it seems to keep all the low end that is in your guitar, but also add in more, but it doesn't give it that mid-range thing that the Ibanez and the Maxon does. And it kind of sounds like the Precision. This tone on this is very like way more sensitive than like the Super Overdrive. And the volume is actually the best volume on all of these. This thing can boost the hell out of your amp, and I think that's crazy when you think of a $200 pedal and this, and if you were going to use this to actually boost the volume of your amp, this would be the one to do it. And what I really like about this one too is, if you ever look it up, when you start cranking the gain down and you start playing and then you play harder, it actually starts breaking up like how a tube amp would, and I think that's really just smart. This one's my favorite right now. This one definitely comes in second. The Maxon comes in third. A close third though. Like I cannot like a close. These both are coming in close seconds. I mean, and this one's gonna have to come in last. I'm just not a fan of the new metal sound. I don't think it sounds better. I think it's people are trying to find a new sound, and it's like if it worked but then it works now, and I don't know. I don't care for the very thin screechy sound, but this is a good pedal, just not for me, not for my band. But tell me which ones you thought was good below, and tell me which ones you think maybe I converted you to think one is better than the other. Who knows? But also don't forget, I have these cool necklaces. This is what supports my YouTube channel, and this would mean the world to me if I can see these on you guys. You're welcome to tag me whenever you get them on my Instagram or my band's Instagram, and you're welcome to check out my band's music if you haven't already. Give it a share. This is why I do YouTube. I love helping you guys, and I also love gearing out about being a guitarist and also sharing my band. So, yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.